Okay, so final question here, and let's do this. So, what moment or moments would you want to see animated or in live action from Anakin's life?
Anakin or Vader? Or
Either.
both?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Okay. I've got something brewing up, so you guys just...
Okay, well, I know what I would like to see. I would like to see more of him in his meditation chamber.
Yeah,
as
cool.
Vader. I mean, even if it was like, I don't know, like a 15-minute short, or like if I could see like what that was like, and even like his point of view, what's going through his mind, like if I could see that live action, and like a supercut even mixed into Empire Strikes Back, so like basically it cuts and we're like, what are we watching? And then it opens up and like.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
because in there he can live without his mask.
He can have the suit
in
on.
his little chamber.
Maybe we'll get that in Kenobi.
I was just gonna say maybe in Kenobi.
We're so getting it, Kenobi. Oh yeah.
It kind of reminds me of there's some like comics with Vader, the Vader comics, where they do show kind of scenes like that and stuff. And there's a lot of great content in those comics that I would love to see adapted either to animation or live action. But the thing I really would like to see would be more of Anakin's Force Ghost post Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see him interact with Luke. I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity in the sequel trilogy.
So
but if we could get, we see Luke in The Mandalorian, and if we get a spin-off where we either live action or animated, I would love to see more of Luke interacting with Anakin's Force Ghost.
Yeah.
And another person.
Could you imagine, like, think about Luke on Hoth and the way Obi shows up to him, like, just imagine like a post-Endor conversation. Even like 10, even if we got 10 minutes of it, it could be its whole own movie. But if he's sitting down, like Luke is sitting down with his father, and like his father's saying like thank you, and like Luke is just talking to him like, I want to get to know you, and like the real you, like all this, like we'd all be weeping like babies, man. Like that would be nuts.
Can I do like a my brain scene for what I would see there?
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, so Luke's on Endor, right? He sees everybody, he smiles, and then he dinks off to somewhere, right? And he's sitting on a stump, and he's like, Luke is twirling his lightsaber, and then just cuts to a Force Ghost foot walking up to him, but it's Jedi robes and Jedi boots. And Luke looks up, and he sees Anakin.
His dad.
Yeah, but he sees him as Anakin, like Revenge of the Sith Anakin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, so you're my father. Yes,
And
I'm your father.
Come here, son.
And they hug.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Just
You're
drop
gonna
me in the back
freaking
and saying,
cry
call me
over
done.
here.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I want to see that, and then I want to see this.
Yeah.
That would be yes. We need more content in between those two episodes.
Because
I
a lot
think that'd be
happened
cool
in
if
that
they
10
did.
years.
Yeah, like almost a book like Master and Apprentice with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Except it's Obi-Wan and Anakin. We can finally figure out what happened in that Gundar pit. But
There was a comic book series. It was like a few years back where they did have Obi-Wan and Anakin, but it was just like a limited run. But definitely like a book or even like an animated show would be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that comic came out when they were throwing scraps to us prequel fans back a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
literally.
When everything was the OT and the sequel trilogy, and they just say, "No, we'll give those prequel fans a comic." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to go back to the original question, and I'll say my piece and I'll shut up. But things I really want to see are honestly going to be more Vader than Anakin, I think.
Yeah.
But this is something that we talk about. You know, there are two camps that Anakin and Vader are two different people. I don't believe that. I think Vader has always been Anakin, and he was never able to get rid of Anakin. And we know that to be true because even when he was Vader, do you remember Vader Immortal? I never got to play the game, but I watched every single second of it. He never stopped trying to contact Padme.
Padme.
Something wonderful has happened. Annie, I'm pregnant.
Exactly.
And he was creating a nexus in the Force to try to contact Padme.
Anakin, all I want is your love.
Padme, you will be mine again. If the energies of this world are not enough, there are countless others.
So stuff that I want to see, Kenobi, wherever, I don't care. I want to see Vader going back to Theed and visiting Padme's grave. That would be huge. I want to see him trying to contact Padme, and then I want his thoughts when he's in the chamber already planning sedition against the Emperor because he wants to kill him. He wants him to die. He wants to take over. He wants Padme back. That's the thing that we never explore about Vader is the continuing struggle of him always thinking about Padme, him always. So we have now Obi-Wan with his PTSD with Vader, and we have Anakin still thinking about Padme forever, and them both trying to struggle with their demons. That's stuff that I want explored more.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. And
that's really good.
There's an interesting theory about how Padme died, that actually Palpatine's manipulation is what killed her. He was taking her life essence and putting it into Vader. And it would make sense because him saying, in your anger, you killed her.
Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she all right?
It seems in your anger, you killed her.
I couldn't have. She was alive. I felt it.
Yeah.
It would be true because he was literally taking her life and putting it into Vader, but it's still the Emperor's manipulation behind it all. And
he's not lying when he says that. In your anger, you killed her.
Yeah. And it's just the fact that, like, the Emperor said,
to cheat death is a power only one has achieved. But if we work together, I know we can discover the secret.
It's like, okay, you made me turn to the dark side, but you don't know how to do it. I would love to see, like, Vader, because we've seen some of it in the comics, but in either animation or live action, him getting mad with Sidious, like the fact that I did all this to save Padme, and yet
the Theory fan film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another person I'd love to see Force Ghost Anakin interact with is Ahsoka, and I really want in the Ahsoka series to see Force Ghost Anakin to appear and her to get the resolve that originally she in Rebels she sees that Anakin is now Vader, but to see that he actually came back to the light, I want her to get that closure.
Could you imagine Luke being like, "There's somebody I want you to meet," and then calls out, and Anakin walks out, and she's like, "Master."
Oh, it'd be so good.
I'd be for that.
And we have Eden returning in Kenobi, but I honestly hope this is going to be just the first of many appearances to come in the future.
Yeah.
What if Grogu tells Luke about like what his life has been like and about Ahsoka, and then he's like, "Oh, Ahsoka. Like, I know who Ahsoka is. My dad's told me about Ahsoka." And then it's like this like connection. That would be
Obsession just said something that's really important, though. Ahsoka can't talk to Anakin. That bond was broken forever. So that's what I kind of mean. Like, Luke would be the intermediary.
Yeah.
To be able to speak to Ahsoka. I think that would be ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm. I saw Strike say this, that he would love to see a live action scene of Anakin in the Jedi Temple during Order 66. He would love to see some scenes of him and Obi-Wan, like in Labyrinth of Evil. And I think you said in another one, like on Catanomoidia, like that was one in particular you wanted to see. And so there's all sorts of stuff.
Ninth time. That business on Catanomoidia doesn't count.
Look at this. One day your son will point out something to you in Star Wars that you never saw before. It blows your mind. One of my favorite moments as a father. I'm going to cry when he does that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, with that, everybody, we are going to end this stream. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for the comments. If there's something that you really want to have heard and you want to have talked about in their next part of Anakin, comment. With that, see you all later.